Brent Bransgrove on the, on the eve of his 100th game box hits. It's been a long time coming, but it's right around the corner now.
Yeah, no, it's been a long time, I guess, going into the 10th year, and it's a couple of hiccups on the way, but I guess making 100 games is a bit of an achievement.
What have been the highlights along the way?
Highlights, I guess the biggest highlight was making the 2009 grand final. I think that whole final series was really positive. We sort of knocked off Willie in a prelim that was underdogs. I think up top all year, and then we had a good run and made it. So it was really good. Yes, I'm just say it's a number. I guess I'm pretty proud. I guess I never thought I'd be able to get to 100 with the amount of injuries I've had. So it's up there with, I guess, a personal achievement, but sort of high regard for playing grand final, playing a good series of football, and some of the games. I guess team aspect's always been my go. So
a bit more difficult in recent seasons, but I guess you've seen lots of players leave the place. What's made you stay?
I guess it's been a bit of a revolving door at stages. So sort of the thing that's made me stay is the boys and the club, and I guess the professional football high standard that you can play without being on an AFL list. So I guess I've enjoyed all those aspects, and then tried to, I guess in the later years, sort of stored it into the next group of players, and try to let them bleed into the next era. It's hard. It does hurt when a lot of people leave. I think the biggest hurt was probably when the four boys went to Williamstown. It hurt the heartstrings there when the big Meese left, and Mark On and Kane Lambert. I think those guys I'd become best friends with over those years, and also Tim Curry. So that probably hurt the most, and I just you take a step back and think, what am I doing this for? But I've always done it to play with mates. And I thought, you can't sort of leave a team like that, and you wanted to instill that into the next player. And then you got some awesome people coming on, like Slayer, Daniel Watson, Ben Toman, Ben Walton, Gleeso. Those guys come along, and they stuck around for quite a few years and really embraced that culture as well. So that's the thing I keep coming back to, trying to instill this, and you want to see it go past the years you're here, and you really hope that. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it was a massive honour, and I was a little bit shocked when it all happened, because it was sort of the start of the Northern Blues, and we had a big exodus from our senior group, and then me and Andre Jean Fagner took the role, and really cherished those years, and handing that over to Tom Wilson now, who is a fantastic leader, and take the team on from now.
What does the Northern Blues mean to you?
Northern Blues, I guess they've been a big part of my life now. It's Northern Bull Ants, Northern Blues. 10 years of making plenty of mates, playing some good football, some hard times, some good times. It's been a bit of a roller coaster, but really just enjoyed the whole 10 years and potentially 100 games. So I've met a lot of mates, made a lot of mates. Coaching staff. You keep in contact forever, and I think also life skills. I've learnt plenty of life skills out of football. Take them into your workplace and further on in life.
And you so often hear about this ant spirit, even as a Northern Blue. What does that mean to you?
The ant spirit was probably the biggest thing. I always loved playing for the Bull Ants. When you got down here, it was just something about the coming back to Preston and really bonding together, and I think like the off field helps that spirit a lot. I've had some awesome functions, just meeting new people and providing that bond, because you'd never meet these people if you never come down to a football club like this. So I guess we bring that spirit from the off field, on field, and that's how we've had, I guess, through the early years that I was here, we had some more success, and we've tried to breed that, and I think great in stages we've had it. We've just lost it here and there, and for different reasons. It's just sort of hasn't been consistent as I'd like to, and as the team would. But to me, it's probably one of the biggest parts and why I've kept coming down here. I guess from my end, I try to instill what ant spirit is for the young ones, because I guess they haven't really known what ant spirit is when they come to the Northern Blues, what the bull ants are. So I guess I'm trying to instill what that is and make sure they take that on into the future. Probably the key was just wanting to instill that. There's another big turnover, and I don't really like to leave a club, not, going to take on what I've put into the club and what the people that in the previous years have. So being one of those, I guess me and Tommy Wilson have probably been there the longest with Tim Tateski. Just trying to breed that into the young guys and really take that forward. And I guess that's what my main focus and aim was to get out of this year. I sort of, body's on the decline, I guess, but more just trying to bring that leadership to the group and hope they, hope they can take that on.
And you talk about that massive loose turnover in the new wave. Who's going to take the loose forward in your mind?
Yeah, I guess. Well, Willow leading from the front with I guess probably the other one's Zach Ballard. I think he's the one that really is embracing the culture and the Northern Blues. So he's probably the one as a leader, as a young leader that's I think is going to step up and really take it by the horns.
Any regrets over the 10 years? Obviously, that elusive premiership hasn't come.
Yeah, I guess the premiership was, and you sort of, I guess, as a young, I guess I was 21 back then, sort of took it for granted that that you made a grand final, but you're that close, and now you look back your last 5 years and we haven't made finals, and you're a fair way, we're a fair way off, I guess, at the moment to make finals, and let alone playing a premiership. So I guess that's it's a fair regret. I guess personally, as a regret, probably not believing in myself enough. I guess I've always had self-doubt a little bit, and I guess I don't know what's come with that. I'm just sort of, I guess, naturally not as confident, but I guess I've just worked harder at what I could do, and so if I had it again, I'd be a bit more confident and believe myself again, because I think if you put the hard work in, you should be able to believe.
Well, I think everyone could see the hard work for you. How would you describe yourself as a player?
As a player, I guess not the most talented. I don't think I'm talented. I don't think I'm that athletic, but I think everything I've done is hard work, dedication, and persistence. I think, and I guess on the ground, I've just sort of tried to be a lead by example. I guess I'm not the biggest talker and whatnot. I'm more lead by example, and try to people follow from there. I think one of the best, I guess, VFL, I was just a massive rap for, I thought, Adam Yakabuchi when he was first down here. I thought as captain, led from the front, one of the best players I reckon ever played with, and when he talked, you listened, and that's what I guess you sort of took in from him as a captain, and as all players, always up to perform. AFL listed. It's hard to go through, I guess, Paddy Cripps when you play with him. Some of his dominant performances are only short, but they were fantastic. And I guess the other two that I thought were unreal players were Adam Markon and Kane Lambert. I thought they should have been on lists for day dot. How hard they work, how much they put into the club and embrace the club from day dot when they got down was fantastic, and I'm glad they've made AFL lists now.
Anyone you'd like to thank from along the way?
There's too many thank yous. I think there's been plenty of coaches, all the coaches I named before. Massive thank you to them, giving me opportunities. I guess Gary and O'Sullivan and Steve Papel been huge for the club, and always making the club go in the right direction from off-field perspective. I guess all the players I've played with always had fun, made so many mates, fantastic people. All the supporters, they've always embraced me and been fantastic. Always up for a chat. Always come to the games, win, lose, or draw. Fantastic support. I guess all the admin, the physios, Joey and all the people that help out, volunteers, they do so much work for the club, and for me as well. They're very, very kind and helped me out along the way. Physios, trainers, there's been a lot of them over the years, but they've all helped out in various ways. And I guess finally, thanking the family. They've been there the whole way. I guess Mum.
Well, Boxy, I think everyone's going to be very excited for you when you finally run out for your 100th game. It's been a long time coming. We know how much the Northern Blues means to you, but I guess best of luck for this weekend, and Godspeed.
Thanks, mate.